So going back to your time as a student, do you ever recall having an Ainu teacher?
Never. I never had it. When I was in Okinawa, that was my first exposure to anything that had to do with Ainu or Okinawan heritage. And I remember going to some of the cultural events and seeing the clothing, and I had a teacher, a young American teacher actually, who was talking about the Ainu and also the Okinawans, and she was very enthusiastic about everything. So I became curious about it. So I certainly found out more about both the Okinawans and also the Ainu heritage.
Most of my teachers have been white. But that's the thing, though. It's like we're so burdened with this legacy of invisibility. You wouldn't know if one walked down the street from you. I mean, the person I met at college, we met completely by coincidence and by accident. Like, if I had not mentioned that I was Ainu, she would have only identified as Kanaka Maoli, because nobody else would recognize what Ainu was. So that's kind of the struggle. That's why I want to be so visibly Ainu as much as I can, because I want to let people know I'm here. You wouldn't recognize me because you don't know anything about. There's not really a all Ainu people don't look alike, you know. So unless you're like wearing a fucking sign that says I'm Ainu, nobody's gonna know that you're Ainu. So who knows if I've ever met anybody who was also Ainu? Not to my knowledge.
That I don't know. You know, I never heard of Ainu until, not that long ago. So yeah, no, I mean, I think what I remember, I had a lot of Japanese teachers. Maybe they could have been part Ainu. And I had one Haole teacher, and that's it from what I know. But it never came up in school, in elementary school, any school. It never came up. Being Ainu or people who are Ainu, it took about 35 years to even hear the word, I think.